Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. AI is everywhere you look these days. It feels like every day there's a new breakthrough or application, but we rarely stop to think about the people behind the scenes, the human expertise that makes it all possible.
Yeah, that's such a great point. It's easy to get caught up in the hype and think of AI as all algorithms and robots, but there's this whole network of incredibly talented individuals, each playing a crucial role in shaping how these systems work.
So kind of like AI has its own secret society of experts.
Exactly. And what's fascinating is the sheer range of roles involved. And you know what? Some of these roles are surprisingly hands-on. I mean, they
hmm
require very specific human skills. And that really challenges this idea that AI is all about replacing human work.
Right. It's not just about replacing, it's about this collaboration.
It is.
So let's shine a light on one of these unsung heroes, the data labelers,
Yes.
often described as the teachers for AI systems. But what does that actually entail on a day-to-day basis?
So imagine you're teaching a self-driving car to recognize a stop sign. Data labelers would be the ones painstakingly going through thousands, and I mean thousands, of images, carefully drawing boxes around each stop sign and labeling it as stop sign.
Wow.
And it's this labeled data that feeds the AI algorithms, allowing them to learn and then eventually to identify stop signs in real-world scenarios.
So that sounds incredibly detail-oriented, almost like a digital version of those Where's Waldo puzzles.
It can be. And the sheer volume of data they handle is really
Oh,
mind-boggling.
not bad.
Think about like the vast amount of data needed to train an AI for something like medical image analysis. It's just a monumental task.
Huge. And this work is happening all over the world, right? I mean, I've read that there are significant hubs for data labeling in places like Kenya and the Philippines.
That's right. Data labeling has become a global industry, and it's really offering economic opportunities in many parts of the world. For example, the Philippines has seen significant growth in its data labeling sector. Companies are leveraging its large English-speaking workforce.
Well, interesting. So we're talking about real economic impact here, not just a niche field.
Yeah.
But it makes me wonder if these data labelers are essentially training the AI systems that are becoming so central to our lives. I mean, or are they being compensated fairly for this crucial role?
That's a complex question and one that's sparking a lot of debate within the AI community. There's certainly a recognition that data labeling, despite its importance, often involves precarious working conditions, particularly in regions where labor costs are lower.
It's almost like we're seeing a replay of other global industries where the benefits and burdens are not always evenly distributed.
Yeah, that's a very fair comparison. And as AI continues to advance, it's essential that we have, really open and honest conversations about how to ensure that the people who are building and shaping these powerful technologies are treated fairly and ethically.
Well said. Now, data labeling is just one piece of the puzzle. Let's move on to another key role that's often overlooked, the model validation specialist.
Yes.
What exactly do they do, and why are they so important?
So these are the folks who make sure that AI systems are doing what they're supposed to do and that they're doing it well.
Okay.
Think of them as the quality control experts.
Okay.
They rigorously test AI models for accuracy, reliability, fairness.
So they're kind of like the gatekeepers, making sure that these AI systems are ready for prime time before they're, released into the wild, so to speak.
Exactly. They're looking for any potential flaws or biases that could lead to problems down the line. Think of them as like the detectives of the AI world.
Right.
They're carefully examining these models for any signs of unexpected behavior or, even potential harm.
I can imagine that requires a very specific skill set, a blend of technical expertise, and a keen eye for detail.
Absolutely. You're right. These specialists typically have a very strong background in statistics, data science, AI, and they're, fluent in programming languages like Python. But it goes beyond that. They
Uh,
also need that critical thinking ability
yeah.
to anticipate potential issues and to design tests that will really push the AI to its limits.
It sounds like a very demanding but incredibly important role, especially as AI becomes more integrated into these sensitive areas like healthcare, finance.
Absolutely. And it's a role that's only going to become more crucial as the AI systems become more complex and sophisticated.
So we've got the data labelers training the AI. We've got the model validation specialist making sure it's behaving properly. What other key roles are we missing in this intricate web of human expertise behind AI?
Oh, there are so many. One that's gaining a lot of attention lately is the prompt engineer, who crafts the precise language used to instruct AI systems like large language models.
It almost sounds like an art form, finding the exact wording to elicit the desired response from an AI.
It is. It's this fascinating blend of linguistics, psychology, and even a bit of coding. Prompt engineers need to understand both the nuances of human language and the inner workings of AI to get the best results.
Hmm. That makes me think of all those AI-generated art pieces and text adventures we've been seeing lately. I guess there are some very skilled prompt engineers behind those creations.
You're spot on. And as these generative AI tools become more widely available, prompt engineering is becoming a sought-after skill in various fields, from marketing and content creation to research and development.
It's amazing to see how this whole ecosystem of AI expertise is evolving. And speaking of evolution, I'm curious to hear more about this concept of human in the loop, or HITL. It suggests that even in the most advanced AI systems, there's still a vital role for human involvement. Let's delve into that right after this quick.
Hold on. Before we jump into HITL, I want to emphasize something really crucial about these AI roles we've discussed. You see, the impact of these roles goes far beyond just making AI work. They actually shape the very fabric of AI, influencing its capabilities, its limitations, and even its potential biases.
Now, that's a thought-provoking point. We often talk about AI as if it's this neutral force, but it's being shaped by human decisions at every stage of its development.
Precisely. And that's why understanding these often invisible roles is so important. They hold the key to building a future where AI is not only powerful, but also responsible, equitable, and aligned with human values.
Well said. Now, let's dive into that human-in-the-loop concept.
So, human in the loop, or HITL, is kind of like this fascinating concept where humans are actively involved in the AI development process, even when we think of the system as, being highly automated. It's recognizing that AI isn't always perfect, and that human insight and intervention are still crucial for accuracy, safety, ethical considerations.
So it's like having a safety net, a human check and balance to make sure the AI is on the right track.
Exactly. Think about like self-driving cars. While they rely heavily on AI to navigate, there are situations where a human driver might need to take over, especially, in unpredictable or complex environments.
Yeah.
That handover and the data gathered from it becomes part of the HITL feedback loop, helping the AI learn and improve for future scenarios.
So it's almost like a student driver with a very experienced instructor in the passenger seat, ready to grab the wheel when needed.
Perfect analogy. And this HICL concept applies to many other areas as well. Imagine you're using an AI-powered medical diagnosis tool. The AI might analyze medical images and flag potential issues, but a human doctor would still review those findings, provide context, and ultimately make the final treatment decisions.
So it's about collaboration, humans and AI working together, each leveraging their strengths.
Precisely. It's recognizing that AI excels at certain tasks, like processing massive amounts of data or identifying patterns, but humans bring critical thinking, empathy, and this ability to make nuanced judgments based on context.
Hmm. This makes me think of those AI-powered chatbots we see everywhere these days. Are humans involved in their development as well?
Absolutely. Even the most sophisticated chatbots rely on human input to refine their responses, handle complex queries, and ensure that the conversations feel natural and helpful. It's often a team effort. Linguists, psychologists, and even, comedians work to make the AI sound more human-like.
Oh, wow, that's fascinating. I never considered that there might be a comedian behind the scenes helping a chatbot, like crack a joke. It makes sense, though. Humor is so nuanced and context dependent.
Exactly. And it highlights how human creativity and understanding of social dynamics are still essential, even in this realm of, seemingly automated conversations.
So we've got these fascinating roles like data labelers, model validation specialists, prompt engineers, and this, overarching concept of HITL. It really paints a picture of AI as a collaborative effort between humans and machines.
Yeah, it's a partnership, really. And understanding this partnership is crucial, especially as AI becomes more integrated into our lives. It helps us move beyond the hype and the fear that often surround AI and see it more as a tool that can augment human capabilities and address complex challenges.
Well said. Now, speaking of complex challenges, we've touched on the economic impact of AI, particularly in the context of data labeling. But there's another dimension to consider. That's the environmental impact of all this computation and data processing.
Right. That's a really important point. The energy consumption of large AI models is a growing concern. Some estimates suggest that training a single large language model can generate as much carbon dioxide as 5 cars in their lifetime.
Whoa, that's significant. So the push for more powerful AI comes with an environmental cost.
It does, and that's why researchers are exploring ways to make AI more energy efficient, from developing new algorithms to using renewable energy sources for data centers.
It sounds like there's a growing awareness of this issue within the AI community.
Oh, definitely. And it's leading to some fascinating innovations. For example, researchers are experimenting with neuromorphic computing, which mimics the energy efficiency of the human brain. It's like a whole new frontier in AI development.
That's incredibly exciting. It sounds like we're moving toward a future where AI is not only more powerful, but also more sustainable.
That's the goal. And it's a future that will be shaped by the ingenuity and collaborative spirit of the people working behind the scenes in AI.
Speaking of the people behind the scenes, I'm curious to hear more about how these various AI roles are evolving. Are we seeing new specializations emerge as AI technology advances?
Absolutely. The field is constantly evolving, and with it, the roles and skills required are changing as well.
So what's on the horizon? What new and unexpected roles might we see in the AI landscape of the future?
Well, one area that's really heating up is AI safety and ethics. We talked about those potential biases that can creep into AI systems and the need for, really careful validation. Well, there's this growing need for specialists who can proactively identify and mitigate those risks.
So instead of just reacting to potential problems, they're trying to anticipate and prevent them from the outset.
Exactly. These AI ethicists or safety engineers are becoming increasingly important, especially as AI gets deployed in high-stakes areas, like healthcare, finance, even autonomous weapon systems.
Autonomous weapon system. That sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie.
I know it might sound futuristic, but it's reality we're facing. And it raises some really profound ethical questions, like who is responsible if an AI system makes a life or death decision? How do we ensure that these systems operate within ethical boundaries? These are the kinds of questions that AI safety experts are grappling with.
It sounds like a role that requires not only technical expertise, but also like a deep understanding of philosophy, ethics, even psychology.
You're absolutely right. It's a multidisciplinary field that's attracting talent from, all sorts of backgrounds. And it's a field that's only going to grow in importance as AI becomes more powerful and autonomous.
It's almost like a whole new branch of philosophy is emerging, focused specifically on the ethical implications of artificial intelligence.
I think that's a great way to put it. We're really entering this new era where we need to think deeply about how we want to coexist with these intelligent machines and how to ensure that they serve humanity in a positive way.
Well said. Now, we've been talking a lot about the technical and ethical aspects of AI, but there's also that human dimension to consider. How are these AI roles impacting the workforce, and what kind of skills will be most valuable in this AI-powered future?
Yeah, that's a crucial question. And the answer, I think, is kind of a mix of both optimism and caution. On the one hand, AI is creating entirely new job categories and opportunities. We talked about prompt engineers, AI safety experts, and those are just the tip of the iceberg. We're also seeing a rise in demand for AI trainers, explainability experts, even AI therapists who help people navigate their relationships with AI systems.
AI therapist. Now, that's a new one. I guess it makes sense, though. As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, we might need help understanding and adapting to these new forms of intelligence.
It's a fascinating field. It's still in its early stages, but it speaks to the fact that AI is not just a technological revolution, it's a social and cultural one as well.
So while some jobs might be automated, new ones are emerging that require uniquely human skills. What would you say are the most valuable skills for thriving in this AI-powered world?
I think critical thinking, creativity, and emotional intelligence. Those will be more valuable than ever. AI is great at processing information, following rules, but it's not so good at thinking outside the box, coming up with novel solutions, understanding complex human emotions. Those are the areas where humans will continue to shine.
It's almost like AI is pushing us to become even more human, to focus on the skills that make us unique.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And I think it's a hopeful message. AI is not here to replace us. It's here to augment us, to help us reach new heights of creativity, problem solving, and human connection.
Well said. This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of human expertise behind AI. We've explored this fascinating array of roles from data labelers to AI safety experts, and we've delved into the ethical, economic, even environmental implications of this, rapidly evolving field.
I think what's most important to remember is that AI is not this distant force. It's being shaped by human choices at every step. And those choices will determine the kind of future we build with this powerful technology.
That's a powerful takeaway. So to our listeners, we encourage you to stay curious, stay informed, and engage in those conversations about the future of AI. It's a future we all have a stake in shaping.
Absolutely. And if you're intrigued by the roles we've discussed today, don't hesitate to explore the many resources that are available online and in your communities. There's a whole world of AI expertise waiting to be discovered.
And that's it for today's deep dive. See you next time.